Okay, so I'm well aware that I am slightly majorly late to F1 24. Unfortunately, I've been preoccupied with stuff that actually, earns me money. I haven't had time to sit down and make a video, but I have been playing the F1 24 game, and this video is actually coming out so late that the handling has been patched since the footage I've collected. Also, just a quick side note, you may have picked up on the fact that there's no webcam. I went outside a few days ago, and because I don't often do that, I am horrendously sunburnt, so I won't be appearing on camera. I don't want to be mistaken for supporting Ferrari, given how red I am, so I'm going to choose to just use still images of F1 drivers to, demonstrate words. Anyway, a lot has happened on F1 24 in the week and a half, 2 weeks it's been out. Obviously, as I mentioned, the handling has changed dramatically. Anyone that did try out the original handling will know the pain of driving said handling. But anyone that didn't, I did in fact record my first laps on F1 24, and as you probably would expect, I adapted to that handling model like a duck to water. I was absolutely rapid. I picked it up almost immediately. I don't really know what everyone was complaining about. It was absolutely beautiful to drive.
You're not a fan of the handling now?
Mate, it's literally either full lock or
Oh my
nothing.
god, it is.
You know, when testing it out for the first time, I forgot the meaning of the word spin. I was just that dialed in, absolutely nothing was phasing me.
Oh Christ.
They're 1 and 2 have got stimmers.
I just had this inhuman ability to throw the car in and have full faith that the car would stick, and I'd absolutely nail every single apex.
Mother of
That didn't
Christ.
sound good.
Mother of Christ.
It was so unnaturally smooth to drive that I was starting to suspect if my wheel actually had force feedback, because I couldn't feel anything.
Oh yeah.
What the
Bit of
fuck?
Connor, there's a bit of an overcorrection.
And I was doing so unbelievably brilliant at this that my friends in the party, who were watching me at the time, couldn't give me anything but praise.
I think
I
it's...
mean, have you tried not playing using the D-pad and actually using analog sticks?
So after absolutely abusing the Bahrain International Circuit for a couple of laps, I put in a blistering lap time, which unfortunately has been taken from the leaderboard because of the handling change update.
What a lap.
Well,
I think
47 at Bahrain.
46 is normally quite good.
Yeah. It's 37,000 for the World Cup, that's alright.
That's the highest I'll be all
Turned in
year.
a bit early.
Shut up.
So after such a monumentally successful introduction to the game, the next step was painfully obvious. That's right. F1 ranked. So you join me in qualifying at the Austrian Grand Prix. We're actually doing pretty well. We currently sit P3 as we come through the penultimate corner, P2 as we come through the final corner, P1 out of the last corner until we run wide and invalidate our lap time with about 5 metres to go. It's good to see nothing has changed since F1 23. So here is my first race on F1 24 ranked. We have 5 lights, and it's lights out and away we go. From practically last on the grid, we get a pretty bad start, mainly because someone in front of us gets in the way, and heading down towards turn number 1, we've got plenty of space to work with, but I'm absolutely terrified. There's a McLaren facing the wrong way on the exit of turn number 1, and we've not really gained any positions. We're actually losing positions down the straight. It's not been the best of starts, qualifying didn't exactly go great, and this race doesn't look like it's going great either. So we haven't got off to the best of starts. We're last place. We're making up some ground because other drivers can't drive because they're terrible. Can't relate. Look at us just tear through this field. Come to the end of our first lap on ranked that we actually complete. We started P14, we're going to finish it in P16. It's been a phenomenal start. Let's hope for better. That's more like it. Now if we're going to be serious for a moment, I'm just great at this game. I'm absolutely phenomenal. I'm devastated that they changed the handling. Like, look at me go. I'm carving through this field. I'm unstoppable. I mean, just look at this. Every single corner I'm making up positions. Like, I'm making these overtakes look easy. I don't even have to battle people. I'm P10. Alright, fine. I'll level with you. I had absolutely no confidence at all at any corner whatsoever. I had no idea what the car was going to do. Every single braking zone, every single acceleration point, every single turning point. Fucking terrified, man. Like, I knew the car could go on at any point. These overtakes, I don't know how I was making them. I was making them look like I had some sort of control of the car. I may have had some control, but I didn't feel like I did. I was absolutely shitting myself this entire race. Like, that was actually quite a nice move on Davey. It wasn't intentional. I turned, the car happened to turn in two. I could only thank the car for that. Somehow we're actually going to finish our first race on F1 ranked. I had absolutely no hope whatsoever. We start at P14, we're going to finish P8. It's a pretty shocking performance, but, you know, given the confidence I had, that's a win. Also, I just want to give a moment to shout out the Driver of the Day system on F1 24. If you remember correctly, F1 23, it was a little weird. It never really made sense why certain people got Driver of the Day. So let's have a look and see how F1 24 have fixed it. We've got Kembu, who has got Driver of the Day. He finished 5th. Fair play, decent result. He started 3rd. Admittedly, that wasn't a good showcase of my ability, but I put it in P2 at China. It's been a very depressing start. We've got 2 drivers behind, actually, who have got drive-through penalties. So immediately, they absolutely terrify me because they could just take me out immediately. One actually does attempt to take me out, and I'm not really too sure that warning is justified. I mean, it was literally someone that got a drive-through penalty. I feel like there should be some leniency from the game there. See, in that scenario, I fully accept a warning for a collision. I shouldn't be making this move. I don't really know how I've not got a warning for a collision with that, because I very clearly hit him out the way. But the important thing is we're back on the P2. Moving on. As soon as I was free of the drive-through... No, I can't say that. I can't call them that. Once we were free and able to stretch our legs, we were able to catch onto the back of Alex for P1. I don't really know how. He kind of dominated qualifying by a significant margin, so I don't really know where this pace came from. But whatever I was doing, it was working. We were putting pressure on Alex on lap number 3. We put the fastest lap in on lap number 2. As we come down towards the hairpin, we are right behind him. He's getting stressed already, even though we're not even near an overtaking opportunity. He goes defensive and costs himself even more time. We've got a 7-second gap to P3, so they're not going to be an issue. We can just sit behind Alex and pressure him to my heart's content. You can see through turn 6, I've got absolutely no intention of making a move here. I'm just sort of harassing him in-game. Please don't ban me. Thanks to the fucking massive straight and the DRS, I was able to just sit behind him, manage my battery, harvest energy, and just prepare for the final lap. We're coming to the final lap now. We're at the hairpin for the penultimate time. You can see we're once again just basically pushing Alex, by the way, through the corners. And then as soon as we crossed to start the final lap, it was really time to push. I didn't realise at that point that there's actually a hot lap in the race, so I was doing this on medium ERS. But it was working. I'm pretty sure Alex, by the way, didn't know either. Oh, we passed Alex, by the way. I mean, I felt like the move was pretty slam dunk. I don't think there's really any tension about me potentially getting that move or not. It was pretty easy. Anyway, we've got our first win on F1 24. My guy is way too happy about that. So we get our first win on F1 24 ranked. The first of many, I'm sure. I can just dream about winning multiple races in this game, becoming absolutely dominant, getting elite rank, just getting win after 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 win. Yeah, I thought me qualifying P2 was a bit unbelievable. Away we go from P16 in China, straight up into P15, straight up into P14, straight up into P13, down to P14, up to P13. That was a rollercoaster of emotions. Anyway, we're up into P13, coming through turns number 1, 2, 3, and however many numbers this horrible section goes through, I honestly don't know. On the inside of someone on the exit of turn number... We'll go with 4, side by side through turn number 5 and on the outside to turn number 6. There's chaos on the exit of turn number 6. Hopefully we can stay out of it and gain a lot of positions. There's a car respawning inside me. We're up in the P11. Luckily someone's ghosted on our outside, otherwise we would have ended up in the wall and probably retiring. Someone's taken a very interesting line through the middle sector. This is going great. There's a McLaren round. We're up in the P8. I don't think I've made an actual legitimate overtake yet. We're up in the P8 from P14. No, P16. Oh, even better. As we come onto the back straight, we are in the inside of Super Peepo. Not really too sure how this has happened or what's going to happen at the hairpin, but we're just going to hold our line and hopefully he doesn't solidify inside us. That is a phenomenal dive from whoever that was. Fair play for committing to it. It didn't work out, unfortunately. Come to the end of lap number 1, we have had a brilliant opening lap, and it's going to get even better as we come on to lap number 2. Straight up the inside, up in the P7, even before turn number 1, and hopefully we can chase down Super Peepo, who has somehow pulled significantly away from me. We gain even more positions on the exit of turn number 6 as another person has spun round. Is he going to spawn ahead of me? I don't think he is. Up in a P6 for us. I don't know how I'm managing this. On lap number 3, we pulled away from Davey ever so slightly, who I recognised from another race earlier. We're trying to chase down Super Peepo, and I believe the battle for P3. We're just within DRS, and hopefully we can save a bit of battery and claw onto the back of this pack. Well, I don't have to wait long at all, because coming through the hairpin, chaos happens. There's the car massively wide on the exit of the hairpin. He's going to come back on track. I'm alongside him. I've earned the right to space. He doesn't give it to me, and that's another warning that I feel is massively uncalled for. We've lost the back of the pack, and now we're going to be under pressure from Davey. On lap number 4, we've got Davey to worry about behind us and Swissweed to worry about in front of us. We don't seem to be catching Swissweeds down the straight, but we are going to be under pressure from Davey, who goes up our inside at the hairpin. I'm hoping to use Davey as, like, sort of a battering ram. Hopefully he can take out a few of the cars ahead, and I can just, you know, slip on through without any trouble whatsoever. That's what I'm kind of banking on right now. We've got 1 lap to go. Hopefully there's carnage and I'm not involved with it. So let's see if Davey plays his part. I'm kind of hoping he's a bad driver, so he can take out some people for me, particularly Swiss Sword, because he was the one that I'm gonna have to cut that. So Davey had an unfortunate spin. Unfortunately I didn't catch what happened to him. I think my recording corrupted or something. I think it was similar to what happened to Throne just now. I think he just lost the back end. You know, it's easily done on this new handling model. Or I guess old now. Anyway, we're under pressure from... Nope, we're not. We're pressuring Swissweed down the straight. I'm just going to continue. Into the hairpin. We're ahead in P4. We've got P3 ahead of us. That's Super Peepo. Unfortunately, we're not going to be challenging him in the final corner. He's way too far ahead of us. Is Swissweed going to take us out the final corner? No, he isn't. We're going to have a phenomenal race, a phenomenally clean race, taking P4 in China after starting P16. But admittedly, losing to Super Peepo, it did sting a little, so you know what? I made a promise to myself the next time I saw him, I was going to beat him. But obviously, you know, that could take months. So you join me halfway through the next race at Austria. We're chasing down Super Peepo for P2. We've got the DRS in him. We're going to look to the inside of turn number 1. Hopefully we can get a clean overtake. Or take him out. You know what? That works too. That's effective. You fucking idiot. So I've shown my ability to, you know, be unbelievably quick and overtake anyone, anywhere in the dry. Sorry. Where was I? Oh yeah, let's race in the wet. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? It's lights out and away we go in Austria. The start is actually better than you'd probably expect. We're off the line, we're in a straight line, inside line for turn number 1, and we're going to hold position. Now this was my first race in the wet on this game. Like, I hadn't done any wet laps before this. And you wouldn't believe it, because I was absolutely fucking flying through the pack. We're up in the P3, we're under pressure from someone in P4. Clearly he doesn't know he's overtaken me. Well, that ruins that narrative, doesn't it? I was very much doing my learning on track in this race. I didn't really know how the car would react in this handling model. I quickly found out it was terribly. On the exit of the final corner, to come on to lap number 3, we're right behind K-Boy. I think that said K-Boy. We're going to go anyway, inside line for turn number 1. Straight up in the P3. We could be on for a podium here, despite never driving in these conditions. That's how good I am. Definitely doesn't reflect the ability of the lobby in any way. Yeah, nothing else happened that race. I sat behind this guy the entire race. I didn't have the pace to overtake him. I have some phenomenal car control through the penultimate corner. And yeah, I decided to celebrate by crashing into the pit wall. I lose the podium. I don't really know what happened there, to be honest. I can't explain it. That was just me being a fucking idiot. Now this next race, it is the final race of this video. Don't worry, I won't keep any more of your time. It started out interestingly. We just sat on the grid, the lights come on, and Jay Morris sets a fastest lap of 156 minutes, 54 seconds, 0.258. Now there's a lot to break down there, but I guarantee the first question I'm going to tackle you haven't even realised yet. Why the fuck is Jay Morris next to me when I'm in P11 and he's P2? So after that clear corruption, it's lights out and away we go. Someone definitely fucking jump-started that. I didn't see a penalty. Honestly, given how this lobby's already started, this could be an interesting one. Yeah, I expect nothing less from turn 1, to be honest. At least we've saved the wing there. But I've not got high hopes for this lobby lasting. Well, I suppose I'll go on. We'll just see what happens, I guess. We're getting blue flags on lap number 1. I've taken someone out. That wasn't intentional at all. I'm more focused on why I'm getting blue flags, to be honest. I chose to ignore the blue flags because I didn't really know what the fuck was going on. We're making up positions as we go. Obviously, we didn't have the best of starts, and we're under pressure from someone on the outside of whatever core number this is. We're going to hold the inside, and, you know, with the practice from the last race, we're flying in the wet. We've got superior grip. Oh, you think I'm lying about the grip? Well, would you argue that I have less grip than this fine gentleman who is in the air?
Yellow flag.
Didn't think so. Alright, fine, I'll start being serious. We're battling Throne on lap number 2, up towards the hairpin. We try and get to the left hand side, but do hit the back of him and lose momentum. But I think we do scare him enough to cause him to go into the back of Firefang and spin himself around. So either way, we're up in the P11. Next up, we have Firefang battling Socks down towards the hairpin. Socks has just killed Firefang, and now he's trying to kill. We'll go with Nedge. Socks is forcing Nedge onto the grass, and it's going to cause us to have a go at Nedge down towards turn number 4. Anyway, we've got past Nedge because he missed his braking point, which is not exactly where I want to be because I don't really want to try and overtake Socks given what I've seen already, but I guess we kind of have to deal with him. With a name like Socks, how deadly can he be, I guess? Hopefully I can just bait him into taking a swipe and just scoot on through. I've not got high hopes. I think I'm about to die. But you know what? Let's embrace it. Let's go down towards the penultimate corner. Socks isn't having any of it. Takes a swipe at us. Fuck me, that was hot. I would get a replay of that amazing save, but I don't want to get age restricted. So continuing on the battle with Socks, let's see if we can actually pass this guy. Or we could just use Nedge as a victim. He's trying to look to our outside at the hairpin, and honestly, I'm fine with him overtaking me. I actually try and let him pass until someone hits the back of me. And now there's just a horrible, horrible train forming behind us. Everyone wants to pass me, but I'm just absolutely terrified to overtake Socks. We've got Firefang who wants another go at Socks. Go for it, mate. You know what? You can sacrifice yourself, and he does indeed. I actually broke the wing on the back of Socks, but it's not too much, and luckily I'm able to get through. I'm pretty sure Socks has front wing damage. So, yeah, hopefully we can run away from this fight and not be killed. I think that's pretty successful. We've managed to survive Socks, which is a sentence I never thought I'd have to say in my life, and probably never will again. And after an incredibly interesting race, to say the least, we're going to come home in P8. I'll be honest, so much has happened that I can't remember where I started this race. I think that's a good result. I honestly have no idea. I've completely forgotten. Firefang gets driver of the day. Fair play, mate. He was the reason I got past Socks. You know what? If I could give driver of the day to anyone, it would be him. Or I could be swayed to give it to the two drivers who finished almost a minute ahead of everyone else. Plus, you know, those lap times, I just don't know how they managed it. No, genuinely, I have no idea what's happened there.